It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Niners and the Eagles. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, and leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Throwing to begin, it's Hurts. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Well, 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They're led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted 1st overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
For an opener, Purdy to throw. Open man is Jennings. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. He's going to keep it himself.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Purdy. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll go play action with Purdy. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Open man downfield is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
First and 10. Back to the air again is Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
On second down, Purdy. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's got it at the 3. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. He slams it in there, and he is in. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Greg Joseph for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. On play action. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Bryce Huff, the former Jet, in there to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Man in motion is Brown. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. 3rd and long for Hurts. Oh, yeah. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. On play action, here's, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Now a deep ball looking for Brown. go all the way. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. To return is Dallas Flowers. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On 2nd down, Purdy. Throw on the run is complete. He'll get this close to the 1st down marker, taken down just shy at the 38.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
So Kittle comes in motion. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. A gain there of 11. 1st down, 49ers.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. Third and a yard. He's got his tight end, Kittle. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Here's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That is caught to the goal line and in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco. Here's Joseph now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the 49ers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now he takes off. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Second and a yard. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Man in motion is Smith. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so...
Oh, man, wide open. He's got it. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. It's up and through. And the Eagles will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Purdy. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That is hard. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The 49ers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He's going to look downfield once again. Adoree Jackson gets a hand on it to make the play.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
A 2nd down throw here for Purdy. Off he goes. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a 1st down.
That's caught. Christian McCaffrey.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
From the gun, it's Purdy. Taking off. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have a clock in their head. They understand exactly how much time do they have before they start stressing the protection. He realized pretty quickly here it was time to go, tuck the ball, become a runner, and he's able to pick up a big gain.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Open man is Robinson. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line, and it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense and the veteran A.J. Brown make their way back out, and he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. He'll tuck it and take off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Man in motion here is Jennings. On 2nd down, Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
A short one there, caught by Kittle. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
So on 4th down, the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, out to punt. Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This one batted in the air and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, so since these guys were young playing Pop Warner football, everyone's done the tip drill. And it's for this exact reason. That ball gets deflected. Find the ball. Get into the area and react in time to make a play on it. That's exactly what this defender did. He showed the reaction time he needed and the hands to bring in the interception.
Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got the tight end, Luke Farrell. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Throwing is Purdy. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brock Purdy, touchdown, 49ers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Joseph's extra point up and good. And the 49ers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Man in motion is Smith. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. It's 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 2nd down, Hurts. He keeps it himself. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Adoree Jackson gets a hand on it to make the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number 1 receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline. It really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback.
George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So Kittle comes in motion. They'll throw again with Purdy. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's a run. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge. Drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
So Kittle comes in motion. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he nearly got away, but they finally bring him down at about the 3 to set up 4th down. Here comes Greg Joseph, and the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. It is 2nd down and 5. They'll drop to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And that'll set up 4th down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Hurts will try it again. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
Out wide, here's Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one caught by Smith. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one. Now, first and goal. Again, Hurts. He pulls it in around the 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Ball right on the 5-yard line, second down and goal. To the air again, Hurts. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Eagles are back within 6. A one-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. And the defense has it.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover it.
Here's first and 10. Here's Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to...
And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here's a big one. This third down. Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
We are set for 4th and long. To throw is Hurts. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.